What if you touched the sun? The sun, our life-giving star, is a blazing sphere of plasma with temperatures reaching 5,500 degrees Celsius, 9,932 degrees Fahrenheit, on its surface and over 15 million degrees Celsius, 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, at its core. It emits intense radiation and energy that sustains life on Earth. But what if, for some reason, you decided to touch it? Let's explore what would happen scientifically and hypothetically. The reality of extreme heat. The moment your body, or even just a finger, gets close to the sun, you wouldn't just burn. You would be instantly vaporized. Human flesh can barely tolerate 100 degrees Celsius, 212 degrees Fahrenheit, for a short time before suffering severe burns. The sun's surface is thousands of times hotter, making survival impossible. Before you even reach the surface, the heat from the sun would incinerate you from millions of miles away. Even space probes, like NASA's Parker Solar Probe, which is designed to withstand extreme temperatures, need cutting-edge heat shields to survive near the sun. Your body, unprotected, wouldn't stand a chance. A deadly dose. Besides the intense heat, the sun emits powerful ultraviolet, UV, radiation, X-rays, and gamma rays. These high-energy waves would shred your DNA instantly, causing fatal radiation poisoning. Even astronauts in space must wear protective suits to shield themselves from the sun's radiation. Without any protection, exposure would be lethal within seconds. A double threat. Even if you could somehow endure the sun's heat, you'd still have to survive the vacuum of space. The lack of oxygen would cause you to lose consciousness in about 15 seconds, and your body fluids would start boiling due to the low pressure. Decompression would lead to swelling, suffocation, and an agonizing death, long before you ever got close to touching the sun. Could any material survive? Human flesh is far too weak to withstand the sun, but could any material survive? Some heat-resistant materials, like tungsten, have melting points of over 3,400 degrees Celsius, 6,152 degrees Fahrenheit, far higher than most metals. However, even tungsten would vaporize in the sun's intense heat. NASA's Parker Solar Probe, the closest human-made object to the sun, has a heat shield made of carbon composite materials that can withstand about 1,377 degrees Celsius, 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit. This is still nowhere near enough to survive direct contact with the sun's surface. A hypothetical, magic, scenario. Let's imagine that somehow, you had a special suit that made you immune to heat, radiation, and the vacuum of space. What would it feel like to touch the sun? 1. Extreme light and energy. The brightness would be overwhelming. The sun is 400,000 times brighter than the full moon, and no human eyes could withstand its intensity. 2. A boiling surface. The sun's surface, called the photosphere, is not solid. Instead, it is a turbulent sea of superheated plasma, churning with energy. Touching it would be like dipping your hand into an ocean of electrified, boiling gas. 3. Intense magnetic fields. The sun is full of magnetic storms and solar flares, which release bursts of charged particles into space. These storms could rip apart anything unlucky enough to be caught in them. Conclusion. Touching the sun is an impossible feat for any living organism. The heat, radiation, and vacuum of space would ensure instant death. Even the most heat-resistant materials we know today wouldn't survive. While the sun is essential for life on Earth, direct contact would be catastrophic. Perhaps the best way to touch the sun is through scientific study, sending advanced probes to explore it from a safe distance, far away from the deadly inferno.